District Board of Education. I'll call the meeting to order.
I want to make a motion to amend the agenda before we approve it.
That would be fine. Can I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
I'll move
Okay.
if it's going to include my amendment.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Now, what are the additions, please?
I want to submit what I sent you all at email, and your responses are here to my email. You could call it option 2, you could call it option B, but I want to put this under the policy section.
Is this for the policy that we have the first reading of?
Yes, it is, and I would like mine considered as option 2 or option B, whichever you would like to call it.
Well,
I also, at this time, would like to ask that section 5.2 be pulled into executive session. And that's all I've got.
okay, well, I will rule on the first one. I did review our policies. We did all in our meeting agree to certain wording on that proposed policy. And according to our policies, we have the reading. And then at this meeting, no discussion, no debate, just the policy as presented. The next meeting, when we come up to the second reading, that's when we can do the debate and the changes, and then that's when we can also approve it. According to the policy, we have 3 different stages, but traditionally we've gone to second and third one. So we'll present the policy as it's in the agenda, and as the board pretty much agreed on, then at the next meeting, if we want to do the changes and consider yours, we can do that. As far as putting executive session for 5.2, I've got no problems with that if anybody else does.
I would like a vote to see if everybody's in agreement of not looking at my policy tonight.
We will look at the policy, Melissa, but we are following the policy that's in the book. And this is the way it was presented on the agenda, and this is the policy that we have. It's pretty much the way the board members agreed to it at that
Then
meeting.
why was I not notified that my request would be denied?
I told you that, Melissa, when we had a conversation.
But I asked. I didn't know that you were the only one who could deny my request. I thought that took a full board action to deny my request.
No, I went by the policy, Melissa.
I have the policy here too, and I think we're both interpreting it different.
That's fine.
So I'd like a vote of the majority of the board to consider my policy as a first reading tonight.
I believe that's, you're entitled to that, I believe. So,
Depends on how you look at the policy. What?
Within the motion of their agenda, I mean, they have to be separate action.
So then I guess if we haven't adopted the agenda, then I want it amended to include a motion for my policy to be considered tonight as first reading.
What are the wishes of the board?
It's fine by me.
fine by me.
Is the one
Do we need
that's
a
on the
vote?
agenda at 4.2?
No, it's the one I emailed you.
Are they the same policies?
No, they're different. This was mine.
They're the same policy, but this one has your revisions and this one
Yeah.
doesn't. So that action could probably happen at that time in the
If that's the
agenda,
wishes
right?
of the board, but I will still disagree because that's not the way it's presented on the agenda, and that's not the way our policy reads, so if we want to disregard our policies, I'm fine with
There's a
that.
different interpretation, yours and mine.
Any more discussion on the agenda with
I
the
would-
amendments?
I would like to make
Yes.
an addition.
Yep.
And I would like, and I don't know, I'll need your guidance with where to put it on the, but I would like to discuss the BIA school issue.
Would you like to do that under board discussion, or would you like to put it in here in some other place? I'm not sure.
It doesn't matter to me where it goes. Maybe we could discuss an executive session first and then come out of executive session. And I'm sure Phyllis can give Phyllis update on.
Wishes of the board, is that all right with everybody?
Fine.
Okay. We have a motion on the floor to adopt the agenda with the changes. All in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed? No. Motion carried. Let's see, approval of the minutes.
I'll move with discussion.
Moved by Melissa, second by Evie.
The minutes that were provided were signed by Charlie Moe. You were not at that meeting, so I think that it's in order for Travis to sign those minutes.
I believe that's already been taken care of. Is that true, Travis?
As soon as I walked in the building.
Yeah.
Okay.
All in favor of approving the minutes, say yes.
Yes.
I abstained, I wasn't there. Public presentations to the board. We do have a few people who wanted to talk. Oh, what? Okay, and we have somebody that actually wishes to present, so we'll start out with is that Lynn?
I just came in support of Mr. O.J. Morrison. Is this the time or not?
Well, actually, we have a little conflict here because we're
Okay.
scheduling OJ scheduled a hearing before the board, okay? And my feeling, and the board may be different, but my feeling is that we really shouldn't be hearing anything. We have a hearing to discuss this with OJ. And if you want to present too much stuff and we have too much knowledge about what's going on, then the board should recluse itself and then we'll have nobody to actually sit in the hearing.
Well, I don't know really what's going on. I'm just going to tell about 100 years ago when I was in Oak Creek, how helpful he was is all, and how good he was with the kids.
That's fine. And we understand that.
Mr. Chair, so when is the hearing for OJ?
We have not scheduled it yet. We're going to schedule that tonight. We're trying to pull our attorney, the board members, OJ, everybody together at the same time, so it'll be when we can all get together and work on it. And that will be discussed in executive session.
I know at past hearings, people were allowed to bring people in and speak. At our last hearing that we had with an employee, they were allowed to bring people in to speak on their behalf and for them. And I'm sure that will be allowed at this one. Am I correct? If they would like to come to the hearing and speak then.
Possibly if they, if OJ wants a representative. The hearing is private, it's not public. But I'm sure if he has witnesses
He
that he
can
would like to bring.
submit character witnesses,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, if they have character witnesses, I'm sure that he, one at a time or whenever he can bring them in. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. Belle?
Yeah, I just have a couple of things I wanted to say. My name is Belle Starboy, and I'm from the Oak Creek community, and I just wanted to, I guess, express my feeling, what I see as OJ as a person. He has expressed to me a long time ago that he wanted to be a teacher, and he was studying to be a teacher, but he's also in the bus driver janitor position in Oak Creek. And in which I say that because his goal is to be a teacher. And when I see that he works with the kids, and they call him in to help with the Lakota studies, and he coaches, and I've always heard him coach all the time. And he's worked with at the LNI in Rapid City, and he's gotten a board there working with children. So I just wanted to express to everybody that that's what I like to see with him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's only two people that actually signed up to speak. Is there anybody else that was, is this all about, we all talking OJ, is this something different?
So you'd rather I not read the letter, right?
Pardon?
You'd rather I not read the letter?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
soon wait till we have a hearing. If you want to
Okay.
come in as a character witness or whatever, that's fine.
Okay.
That's what I would appreciate, but,
To wait until the hearing.
yeah, wait till the hearing to come in.
I called and asked to be on the agenda. I talked to Chad Blotsky, so I was supposed to be on that
Is
list.
Shiloh?
Or Oakwood.
No, that's
Okay.
That's Wilma.
Well,
Well, okay.
I also just would like to say a few words. I know it's not a hearing, but we're not to be talking about that, but there was a decision that was made concerning our school And other community members could not make it here tonight because we have games. And so on behalf of our community, we would like to see the return of him coming back to our school, to have our continued services with him in the Lakota studies and being a bus driver, because even as a parent, my son is waiting for his return. So just to let you guys know, that's how we feel down there. And I know you guys came to our community meeting and expressed that we would all work together. So that's why we are here. So I hope that's considered. So thank you for listening.
Thank you. Anyone else?
So we're gonna speak on his behalf now?
Well, I'm trying not to, but if you want to, go ahead.
Well, if we have to, I'll add it in now and then I'll submit another one later if we have to. I want to speak on behalf of OJ's character. He sat 2 terms as my vice chair, and I've sat 3 terms total with him on our community board, and he's very active in the community, leads up a lot of our youth involvement and activities, and his character and that he's shown in the last years that he's been participating. I don't know how many years he's headed up a lot of our youth activities. He's always been trustworthy and punctual, and at the very least, I have to say that I am in favor of him in his career path here and continuing. And like my chairman over there, Wilma, stated, a lot of people in our community are behind him also. Let's take that into advisement. Thank you.
Thanks.
I do just want to say that.
Go ahead.
I just can't help it.
Doesn't work anyway.
I worked
We'll throw out the rule
at
book.
I worked at Oak Creek 13 years. I love you all. Like when I go to Oak Creek, I say I'm home. And I don't know how many years ago I was, but whenever I needed somebody I could count on, it was OJ. It was always OJ, and he's really perceptive with the kids. And this is no lie, I did not make this up, but I asked him, I said, well, when I pass away, will you be in charge of my funeral at the Oak Creek Gym? You gotta trust somebody, and he's gotta have integrity. You have to really care about him to entrust your funeral to a man.
Anybody else? Go ahead.
Well, I appreciate it, thank you. I know I'm not on the agenda, but I'm not an Oak Creek community member, but my daughter attended school there, and I drove her to Oak Creek every day for about 5 years. Miss Lynn was her teacher for a few years there, and she graduated from 8th grade there at Oak Creek. Is now going to school here at Todd County High School, and OJ is one of the main people that I always counted on there to help me with Ariana, and Ariana has always looked up to him, thinks of him as a big brother now because she has played basketball with him for maybe since she was about 4 years old. He really took an interest in her, and I just really appreciate you listening to me, and I really would like to see him back at Oak Creek because I know that the kids really look up to him there, and he's really an important role model there for the kids there. So I would like to see him back at Oak Creek again too. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? If not, let me just explain that the way the board works is, I mean, I really don't have hardly any knowledge of what's going on, and I like to keep it that way, because what happens is we're going to be scheduling a hearing for OJ, and I'm not exactly sure what it's all about, but it's very important that the board does, like the jury, the board does not have prior knowledge to what goes on. There has happened, because if we do, then we can't be fair and impartial. And although I personally, I'm not speaking for the board, but I personally appreciate all you folks coming in. Okay, I've known OJ for a long time. I do not know the facts and the circumstances beyond what goes on. When we have a hearing, we will get all the facts, we'll get all the information at one time in one place, and then the board as a whole will make a decision, whatever that is, whatever we're supposed to decide, and it'll be based on that. And our goal is to give him a fair and impartial hearing. And I think, as I told OJ, I can't guarantee that, you know, we're going to be in your favor or against you, but we will give you a fair and impartial hearing. So I thank you people for coming in.
Thank you.
I really do.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, next we have Shiloh.
Is it okay? The student council is here and they would like to present before.
Sure.
Oh, hey.
Hello, my name is Alexis Whitehat. I'm a sophomore at Clark High School. And I'd just like to inform you guys that next week we're going to be doing the Native American Week since it's Native American Heritage Month. So on Monday it's going to be Rock Your Mocks. On Tuesday it's going to be Rock Your Braids. On Wednesday it's going to be Wear Something Beaded. For example, the girls can wear beaded earrings like this, headbands, and then the guys can wear medallions or whatever they'd like to wear. And then Thursday is going to be Rock Your Regalia, and if you would like, you can wear your moccasins again or wear bits and pieces, but not the whole thing. And on Friday we're going to do wear something tribal printed, like how they have the bindles and socks and the shirts. And we're going to try to get it where so all the schools can participate, not just the high school.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's neat. Does you have any questions?
My name is Shyla Borrow. I'm the Jobs for America's Graduate Specialist. Was the attachment on your guys' stuff I gave to Dr. Whitney for the itinerary? No?
No?
No. I just thought she'd bring it.
Well, I brought a hard copy, so I came prepared.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so I have two students that were selected to go to the Washington DC JAG National Student Leadership Academy this year. They were selected, they had to write, it was open to all the JAG students. I have 22 in-house students that I'm teaching right now, and it was open to all the students. I had them write up an essay about why they should be selected. And then we selected two, just because of monetary reasons. Makpia Murray, who is happens to be our JAG president, and then Love Hill, who happened to be our vice president. So it worked out that our officers are going to the Leadership Academy. Here, the agenda's on here. We would like to leave possibly Monday, November 30th after school to whatever, Sioux Falls or Rapid, wherever our flight's going to be, because we will probably fly out early Tuesday morning. And then that will give us a chance to practice some of our JAG skills, such as going to a business luncheon. So we'll go to a nice restaurant, we'll practice our manners and eating and what forks to use and all that good stuff. And then on Wednesday,